Call the meeting to order at 7:32. If you could rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Okay, welcome, everyone. Is there any citizens to be heard?
Yeah, the lady back there has her hand.
Seeing none, we will move on to item number 1, Township Manager.
Thank you, Commissioners. The first item on the agenda is a request from Downingtown Library. They're undergoing a capital campaign to construct a renovation and an expansion of the library facility. And they have a request into participating municipalities of a total of $250,000 that's spread over 5 years
Per municipality.
per municipality. Now, there's information regarding the request in your packet. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, so I'll start off. Just to be clear up front, I am on the Downingtown Library Board. So I'm not making a determination one way or another whether we send the money or not. I just want to be upfront then and transparent that I do sit on that board and that request came from that board. So just to be clear on that. We realized that the ask came in an email that wasn't included in the packet. So everybody got a copy of that before we came in tonight. It is $250 per year, or $250 total with a $50,000 per year ask for 5 years. The budget committee didn't feel that we could include that amount without talking to the board first. So you've seen the renderings in your packet. That's what they want the building to look like. It would be 2 stories.
Yeah.
Instead of the current 1 story they have now. We'll say there is some reservation. What do we do once the building is built? Because obviously our costs at the library will go up significantly with a significantly increased size building and 2 floors
Nice.
compared to what we have now. So, and then if you'll notice in the packet or in the email too, they realized that we split between Coatesville and Downingtown. And my guess is if I were guessing man that if Coatesville finds out that we're giving $250 to the Downingtown Library, there will be an ask coming from the Coatesville Library for a significant amount of money for renovations as well in the short time frame. So that all being said, I will let everybody here make a comment if they want or a suggestion.
I'm brewing on some thoughts. Don't know that I say about it tonight, but libraries are really important. Very big ask, and we do not want to run into issues with Coatesville. So
I will say the ask comes from the chair of the building committee, which is also the chair of the West Bradford supervisors, and they have committed $500,000 to the renovation of the library. So they definitely have put their money where their mouth is and have stepped up to pay for quite a bit of the renovation.
Are they going to keep the same location where they are and
Yes.
do the renovation at that site?
Yes. So that building there is encompassing the old building.
Okay.
So that would be encompassing. And if you
Right.
flip to back to is the site plan in there? Yes. So see that on
Shade the one.
the second floor, and it's hard for people that are watching online to see this, but I'm going to show Jay. This is the existing structure,
Right.
the dotted line there.
Yes.
This would be the new structure, all of this.
And it's going to have an upper level.
Just this would be the second floor because
Okay.
the existing building is not built to have the ability to have a second floor.
Because of the way it is. Look like a
So,
mobile.
Yeah. So it would be a facade on most of the building,
Okay.
and just that little triangle there. or
Create
that
upper
rectangle
level.
It would be the upper level.
Okay.
So Paul and I were just looking for direction on what to include into the budget,
Right.
if anything.
I think by all means we should support it, but looking at our budget and the things we have before us, I guess we got to come to a mutual decision as a board financially how we can support it. I mean, I think we should, but just how much can we support it? Not that we don't want to, but how much can we support it in all fairness?
Yeah, my concern is we support 2 libraries.
So we have
That's
to
the
come up
problem
with
here.
So my initial thinking is just, since we support 2 libraries and we support half one, half the other,
Mhm.
my gut feeling is that we maybe say we can do half that ask. And so, because if Coastal comes to us for another 125,000,
Mhm.
then we've got to try to come up with that money for that. They're both equally important libraries and they do incredible work, and not diminishing what's done. But, we're not West Bradford.
we don't have the tax base.
So,
Yeah.
we don't have the money to throw away or throw at a library of $500,000.
They're talking about it's going to be like 5 to 7 million in total before its completion.
Correct.
And then beyond that, like you said, sustaining the library after it's built is going to cost more. And they're going to come back again.
So, I don't know what people feel. We can plug in a $25,000 donation for next year and see where it comes out in the budget, and then
And
come
go
back
from
to the
there.
board
That's
with that, if that's reasonable to move forward with.
So with that,
I think that's fair.
Okay.
So that we're interested in, and then maybe in the years to come, things, improving our budget, we can do more. But initially to help them get off the ground, I think that's fair.
Okay. So Don will plug in 25.
Absolutely. I'll make that adjustment to the ongoing draft budget through that process. This is, of course, a discussion item tonight, but it will help better paint that picture as we move through the fall towards completing the budget.
All right. Next, we have TMAC DVRPC multimodal transportation study.
Thank you, commissioners. This is an exciting update. We had a pretty big day in Cowan Township earlier today. As you know, there's through DVRPC and TMAC, we have a grant to produce a report for active transportation plan for the Lincoln Highway corridor. Today was the site visit by, it was at TMAC, PennDOT, the design, Tool Design is the consultant that was hired to help with the report. Some residents and others as the steering committee was involved and split up into 3 groups. The west side center of Lincoln Highway, and then east side towards Downingtown. This was taking photographs, getting observations. Looks like they took the notes that were on the board, but had a very detailed debrief following that site walk. A lot of great ideas, a lot of coordination. They're going to take that back along with some of the data collection they're going through now. And then based on their plan, because again, this is a very quick study that they're hoping to get done before June 30th of next year. So we anticipate having our first public meeting. We'll be inviting members of the community to come in to provide feedback and look at preliminary findings, hopefully in December or late November, early December. So within the very near future, we'll be announcing those dates and looking forward to seeing that project continue.
there is also Coach Phil, the assistant city manager, I think.
Yes, yes.
And gentleman who's a Cowan resident who is with the Philadelphia Bicycle Alliance.
Coalition.
The only one who wasn't there was
They got a lot of problems of their own right now.
They will be actively reviewing the plan. I have no doubt about that. But no, they were not able to make it today.
Didn't get a ride out here.
They missed their train.
No, the train never showed up.
No, it is a very exciting opportunity. We were very lucky to be selected by DVRPC for this study. It's going to help the township long term for funding opportunities and just having, especially folks from PennDOT here, seeing things firsthand was very, very impactful, I believe. More to come.
Good on that. Local share account statewide.
Okay. Thank you, commissioners. We do have a request. The local share account, the LSA, it's an annual grant through the Department of Community and Economic Development. The request came in from Thorndale Fire Company. We had worked with Thorndale Fire Company on a grant, a capital grant earlier this year for equipment. We've discussed in meetings, it's valuable to have a second set of fire gear. Occasionally, individuals responding to emergencies end up having various chemicals contaminate that gear, which it needs to be cleaned properly before it should be worn again. However, very often during a shift, these individuals are called out again and have to rely on contaminated gear. It's recommended under standards to have 2 sets for every firefighter in order to avoid that. So this grant request that's being proposed is for a second set of gear for every firefighter, 15 of them. Cost per total fit out is around $6,000. Total grant request would be for $90,000. The grant itself ranges from anywhere between $25,000 as a minimum up to $1 million. So it's well within that range. It's on the lower end. There is no match associated with the LSA grant application. We've been successful receiving grant funds through this program in the past. If you may recall, the vehicles. The police department has received a number of different vehicles over the past several years through this fund. With the board's consideration, I have not completed the grant yet. It requires a resolution from the board signing off on us submitting the grant. I would look to completing the application during the month of October. The deadline is not till November 30th. So I wanted to get it in ahead of time if possible, especially with one meeting in November. So happy to answer any questions, but this is essentially a recycle grant. We were not successful in the last firefighter capital grant. That fund, there was $3 million in asks and they had $750,000 available. So it was highly competitive, but hopefully we will be more successful in this round.
Next, 1.4 HR audit proposal.
Thank you. This was brought to the board's attention. Really, it's a proposal from the administration. Take a look at our HR policies and procedures. There's been a lot of changes regarding HR. And in my opinion, it does take an expert to really review those to make sure we are compliant. The alternative, if you are not compliant in HR processes, can be very expensive. So we have reached out and identified an individual locally who has submitted a proposal, which is in your packet, to perform an HR audit, look at our policies, procedures, how we store files, make recommendations on best practices that is available in other communities, and then submit those recommendations to the board and the administration for consideration. The individual is expecting to take around 20 to 40 hours to go through our policies. It would also include taking a look at our policy manual, which has not been updated since 2015. So some things may have changed since that time. This is, of course, a discussion item tonight. It will be potentially on the agenda in October for consideration, but I'm happy to take any questions.
more we expand and grow, more important these things are. This is a no-brainer. We have to do this.
Anyone else? Okay. So that'll be an action item for next meeting.
It will, yes.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, now the big item of the night, meeting room hybrid meeting equipment.
Thank you, commissioners. As you unfortunately are aware, we had a little bit of a disruption several weeks ago regarding our hybrid meeting capabilities. Since then, of course, as is tonight, we are having in-person only meetings until we can get the system, a new system in place. I know we usually have workshop meetings as discussion only, but we do have a quote here before you from our Haverford Systems. This is the company that installed the system we had previously. We reached out to several other companies in order to see if it was competitive. This is the lowest cost. They are CoStar's approved vendor. So total cost for a new system would be $20,609.58. They are anticipating a lead time of around 4 to 6 weeks, and that's really driving the request tonight for board consideration. With the way the month and meeting schedules are, did not want to wait necessarily another 3 weeks for the next meeting if we would be able to move forward now. It would have updated security, made sure of that. And I do want to thank Abby for all the hard work, going through this process, getting the quotes and investigating what steps we need to take in order to get us back online.
Thank you.
Abby, question, is this the best equipment for us, or I don't want to just do this because we want to get back online.
So this includes making some updates. One thing would be moving everything out of the closet. So if you are familiar with the fire company's system, they have that little glass cabinet in the room. We would have one of those. It uses a totally different brand of camera, and we keep saying Zoom, but it doesn't have to be Zoom. We could use Teams instead with the new system. All the microphone receivers would be in the room, so that might help with some of our interference with the mics, so the audio should improve.
Okay.
So it's an improvement on the one we had before. They would also be adding additional surge protection because we suspect that might be what killed the other equipment. So I think from what I know, this makes the most sense, but we could certainly give them more feedback and ask for tweaks to this proposal too.
I'm just asking if this is the right equipment versus we're trying to rush it to make sure that we can get something on happening.
Yeah, they're really, I think the best locally. Everybody kind of uses them. This is what they recommend. For tech that has been out here 10 times in the last 2 years to address all this stuff, like wrote all of these items down to include in the quote. So I'm fairly confident that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haverford did the original.
They did. All different people. It was years ago.
So there were a lot of stuff missed in that one with.
And if you recall, everything was back ordered then. So a lot of the equipment we
yeah.
got probably wasn't what they would have chosen at the time, but it was what was available. So this, they assured me there will be none of that. They've had a lot of other people had similar issues with that, with the little computer system that we had been using. So they're not recommending those to anybody anymore.
Microphones for the people sitting out there. I mean, these work well for us. Those have not always worked the best.
Yeah.
Are we keeping those microphones or?
So we would keep these, but they would be bringing rechargeable batteries and a docking station. So instead of swapping out the batteries every week, they would just be charged all the time. So they think that would help some of it, and the moving the antenna out would help some of it as well. But we talked about all the different microphone configurations, and they just don't make sense. If we do those on the side tables, you have cords everywhere because these tables, as you know, are constantly moving around. Same with, having it at the podium. And we would be saving money by not buying additional mics.
Can I ask, is there like a cybersecurity component to these new networks?
Yes, but they go through the township's existing network, so that should cover, like hacking and issues like that. The software you use is I think just as important. So we would be able to decide if we want to use Zoom or if we want to switch to Teams instead. I think they're both kind of equally secure. It just works slightly differently. But yeah, and yeah, there are changes that we can make to make it more secure.
I guess with today's world, unfortunately.
Any other questions or comments? Anything from the public?
You back there.
Need somebody's hands raised.
Microphone recorded at.
Would this system allow for staff to present their information during the meetings on the screen for the public to see during Zoom meetings? Okay.
The data stick, you mean, or?
No, because if Abby has a presentation up, if they put everything onto a PowerPoint and here's the meeting,
Mhm.
I know you want to see the people speaking and the stat, and the board, but the people in the audience want to see what's being presented
Oh, yeah.
here. So it would allow a split screen or some sort of ability to present both applications. Excellent.
Anything else? All right, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to authorize staff to move forward the purchase of a new hybrid equipment for the township meeting room with Haverford Systems in the amount of $20,609.58.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Right. So we have the motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Is that all for you, Don?
That is all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Next
Mhm.
on to board minutes to approve. We have the September 25th, 2025 board minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the September 25th, 2025 board minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, so moved by Commissioner Tendero, second by Commissioner Kennedy. Any questions, comments, or corrections? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Next on to the Finance Department checklist approval. I'll entertain a motion to approve checks 54,755 to 54,864.
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
So, yeah.
Second. Okay, moved by Commissioner Tendero, second by Commissioner Evans. Any questions or comments on the checks?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries
Hmm.
4-0. On to summary, board liaisons. We'll start off with Parks and Rec.
So for Park and Recs, we were fortunate to have, what's her name? Jill McBride, Joelle McBride. She was here at the meeting on Monday. She came to open an invitation for all of the different, committees to collaborate with the sustainability group. And wanted Parks and Rec to be a part of it, as well as all the other municipalities, because she feels as though we all, as a group, coming together to work together in areas of parks, sewage, tree maintenance, building maintenance, you know, every aspect of the township was included in her presentation, which I thought was excellent because we all need to just work together with each other. You know, we're independent, but yet we can't operate without each other. So I think it was a good idea, and I think Parks and Rec's on board. So that was good. Also, we discussed uh, a Halloween party coming up October 25th, Municipal Park. Should be fun. I don't know if I have the right time, Abby. 1 to 3. And we talked about our categories for contests, you know, with the children, families. I have the Adams family come out again this year, I'm sure. The best pet category, the most creative, the scariest, and a superhero. That's going to be Mark Evans with his really outfit on. We just talked about some of the events that'll go on and activities. So we just welcome everyone to come out and join the fun. Also, we have our bus trip to New York. I think tickets are already selling. Abby loves that. That's going to be on December 6th. And the bus will be leaving from the township at 7:30 and approximately arriving back around 9 p.m. Also, we discussed our Christmas events. We're starting to look at our tree lighting ceremony, working on that, and our different categories for that.
We have a date on the tree lighting. Is it the 7th?
December 7th
Okay.
at 5 p.m.
Perfect.
And they're looking at some of the the park cleanup committee ideas for the road crew to come in. I think we're going to be doing Emeryville Road on October 18th. That's next week. So anybody that wants to volunteer, you know, please sign up. And they're also going to be doing North Valley Road on November 1st. And there will be flaggers out to help. I think that was it. We spent a lot of time discussing some of the highlights for the tree lighting ceremony, some of the fun things we do for the Halloween contest and the house decorating contest and all the fun events we have this year as we come to a close. For COG, by the time I got on the meeting, I did reach out because we haven't been getting links or information. I really don't know what's going on with the COG group, but it's seems like it's a lot of people are just not there. So finally did get on. So the last part that I heard was that they're looking for someone to represent Calhoun Township for that. It's a municipal luncheon on November 7th at Vitre's in Valley Township. I've attended a couple of years ago, but if anyone would like to attend and represent the township,
I'd of course be happy and able to attend that as well. Good to go.
I'll follow up with you on that, Don. And the other thing we talked about on November the 23rd, there's going to be a 4-hour free training presentation called FEMA 402 at the South Coastville Emergency Building, if anyone would like to attend. But we're getting good information, a lot of great presentations, a lot of great opportunities to collaborate with other municipalities. So I'll follow up with our manager to see about these 2 events and make sure we have representation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We don't have municipal authority, DARA, or fire board tonight with Paul not being here. I don't know if, did you have anything to update us on?
With the CTMA, the DARA expansions moving forward, they were working on finalizing the budget and the review of the accounts throughout the township utilizing GIS is complete for the year. Plan on replicating that map, which identifies the various properties in 2026. It was very successful.
Okay. Historical Commission.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Historical Commission, our last meeting on September 17th. We approved getting a tent canopy for events. We also have been very involved with the planning process for Count Celebrates America 250, along with Parks and Rec and OCHS and the township here. Very excited about those things. We met yesterday with Connor Hepp and Skillman from the Chester County History Center, who are very excited about what they've learned about Cal and Spackman Davis Farm and partner with us on the America 250 event. We meet next Wednesday. Come on out. We have a lot of fun.
Right.
Thank you very much. Lincoln Highway, I don't really have a report for this month. We meet next week,
Yeah. No,
following week,
the third Monday.
third Monday of the month. So I'll have a report for next meeting.
Okay.
All right.
Ingleside Golf Course.
Yes, hi, everyone. Club memberships are available with discounts to Callan residents, seniors, juniors, family, and veterans. Also, if you purchase the 2026 membership, you receive a free 2025 membership through the year end. August revenue and activity were solid. 40,000 plus rounds played and $148,000 in revenue. The new food and beverage carts are generating attention and improved revenue. Planning for events and fundraisers throughout 2026, led by John Frank as event manager, are expanding, beginning to attract and plan for 2026 events. Joel Cummings, the golf pro, is fully engaged in golf lessons. Golf course improvements are providing greens ready to play. Next golf committee meeting is Monday, October 27th at 12 noon at the golf course. Great job, Nicole, and the entire Ingleside golf team for a robust 2025. The weather is improving, so come out to play Ingleside. That's it. Thanks again.
Thanks, Lorraine. Were there any updates from the last committee meeting? Anything we should know about?
No, when they were talking about the liquor,
No, the last time the committee met, were there any questions or anything that we should be concerned
No.
about? Okay.
that's all right.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask, when we were talking about the trunk or treat, for Parks and Rec for the Halloween party and events, if the township would be interested in having a truck with treats.
Sure. We have the police department's coming to have a trunk, and the fire company's coming, and public works are coming.
Okay.
But if you want, you can make Don come, and
Haha,
we can do whatever you want.
because I know, with the dance studio.
Yeah,
They,
all the
they kind of,
parents come.
yeah.
Yeah, and we have opened it up to the public, so
it's
couple
getting
of
pretty
places.
big, or it's getting bigger and bigger each year, so we may even be expanding it maybe to the other parking lot like we do on Community Day.
This is turning into a competition among
Yeah,
department staff.
almost
We'll have
forgot.
to- We'll have to really put something together.
That
Yeah.
would be nice. We can think about that.
Sounds good.
Right.
I won't be here, but sounds great. I'll buy a bag of candy for you. Anything else on the board liaisons? Anything for additional business? Okay, public comment? Being no public comment, I will take a motion,
moved.
entertain a motion to adjourn, moved by
Second.
Commissioner Evans, second by Commissioner Tejero. Any opposed? Seeing none, we are adjourned at 8:06.
Set a record?
Yes.